Good evening, everybody. I'm Andrew Roberts from Property Investors World Club, and I'm with Nick Hope from Hope Property Finance. And tonight, I believe we're going to talk about bridging finance. Is that correct, Nick?
That's correct, yeah, we are indeed, Andrew. We're going to be running through the reasons why you would use a bridge.
Okay.
What a bridge actually is, because
Yeah.
it gets bandied around a lot by property investors, but some people don't understand exactly what it is and what we can use it for.
Mm-hmm.
It's really about using the right tool for the right job. Is
Okay.
really what we're going to be talking about.
Excellent. Excellent.
So start at the very beginning. What is bridging finance? It's a short-term loan that will help you bridge a gap that you've got in funding. Normally it's on a project whereby it's a property that perhaps you can't get a normal straight mortgage on it,
Yeah.
or you've got just a time delay where there's a gap whereby you need to arrange some short-term finance for that short-term period until the end product is available.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It gets called a couple of different things. It gets called short-term loans,
Yeah.
or the major term that's used across the marketplace is bridging finance. But effectively, that's what it is. It's normally a loan that you would take out for anything up to 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's available for any project really that you've got
Yeah.
you've got going. But it's just, and there's two types of bridge. There's an open bridge and a closed bridge. Lenders much prefer what's called a closed bridge, and it means that it's closed date-wise. So it's got an end date, and everybody knows when they've got to pay it back by. Open bridges,
It's open-ended.
open-ended, it runs forever. There's not that many lenders that do them anymore,
No.
and they are expensive if you go down that route.
Well, I've had a closed bridge before, and it works very well. I used it on a property I was refurbishing, so I could refinance and get a higher value out of that property. So is that a typical use that you would use a bridge for?
Yeah, so some of the deals that we've put together recently, we've looked at auction purchases.
Yeah.
So where someone's got to complete very quickly. The quickest period of time that I've been able to put a bridge together is actually 3 days. So as long as the auction pack is good and it's got all the searches and everything in there,
Yeah.
then we can get finance arranged, really quickly. Now, that is driven a lot by the loan to value, and the lower the loan to value, the quicker generally that the finance is.
Yes.
So anything below 60% at loan to value, then we can get that through at lightning speed, really.
Yeah.
So completions, as I say, the quickest one that we've done is 3 days. On the flip side of that, the longest one that we've done is probably about 6 months.
Wow.
But that's something for something that was a lot more complex. It was to help purchase some offices that we were then converting into residential apartments. So we're using a bridge to buy it, but obviously the lender wants to make sure that the exit works. Bear in mind that you're tearing down essentially those offices, so devaluing the asset before you increase the value of that asset again, and that's their exit route. So they want to make sure that their exit route stacks up. So they want to know what the build cost is. They want to look at the builder, so they want an asset manager in place to look at that, as well as look at all the costings involved.
Yeah.
So that's probably the longest, and then it's everything else in between. So we've helped people arrange. So it was like a building project that wasn't quite finished. The builder ran out of money or steam or the will to carry on. So there wasn't there was no bathroom or kitchen, so it hadn't been finished. So the purchaser got a good deal, but it wasn't mortgageable. So we arranged bridging finance on that to enable the purchase, complete the build, and then exit onto a standard product. So either standard buy-to-let or a standard exit product, which enables them then to sell that.
Okay.
And then something in the middle, I guess we arranged, a client of mine was buying a disused dentist surgery.
Okay.
And turning it into an 8-bed full ensuite HMO. And what we were able to do is, with this particular lender, is arrange a bridge.
Yeah.
And also arrange the exit at the end. So it's going to be the same lender for the bridge and the exit, because they were happy to do both and had two different lending arms. So what that meant was we got the value obviously agreed as the purchase price and able to to borrow 70% of the purchase price.
Okay.
And then we were also able to then get a loan agreed at the start for 75% of the end value.
Okay.
So as soon as the last tile was hung on the wall, they just clicked a button and released the funds, and that was it. It was that simple to move from one product to the other with that particular lender.
That'd be a bridge to let product.
Yeah,
I've seen those before. I've not used one, but I've seen them.
Yeah. So it's a bridge to let product, but specifically for HMO refurbs, and they work out really, really well because you move into a commercial loan at the end of it.
Yeah.
But albeit on HMO.
Okay.
So a really good product to have in your tool bag, I guess.
Absolutely. So is bridging expensive? I mean, for me it wasn't, but I hear people go, "Oh, bridging's expensive." I mean, to me, compared to a JV, it's very cheap. If
Yeah,
you're
if
giving
you
away
look-
50% versus
Exactly that. So it's about looking at the numbers and making sure that they stack up. It's like with any deal.
yeah,
There's good debt and there's bad debt,
yeah,
and it's just working out which it is in this instance for you. A typical rate, I guess, for bridging finance is around about 1% per month.
mm-hmm.
So as long as you have got a proper plan that you can stick to, so it's no use thinking it's going to take me about this length of time to get this done. It's got to be right. It's going to take me 6 months, 3 months for the build, and then another 3 months to do whatever, to refinance it or to exit. But yeah, so typically it's about 2% as an arrangement fee with a lender, and then 1% per month. The lower the loan to value, the lower the interest rate. So the cheapest one on the market is about sub 0.6 per month at the moment. But if you do the maths and stack it up, it works.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Superb. So any tips or advice regards bridging from your point of view, from a finance expert?
I would say make sure you've got a plan, a proper business plan.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're using bridging finance, generally you're doing something to the property. So it's about making sure that you've got a business plan, so you can illustrate. Well, this is how much the purchase price is, and that bit's easy.
Yeah.
It's this is what
this
is the schedule of works. This is the build cost. This is the contingency I've put in. This is the time frame that we're going to complete it in, and this is going to be the end value. And this is my evidence that we've got the end value right.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the exit. It always is.
Absolutely.
No matter what project it is, but especially when you're using bridging, it's all about the exit. Because the lender are taking a risk on the project. Because as I said previously, generally you devalue a project before you add value to that project. So if you start ripping down walls, splitting titles, and doing all the other weird and wonderful things that you can do, which they allow you to do, you've got to know where you're going with it, and you've got to know that this is going to be the way out, and this is the time frame, and that's what it is. And then come prepared with that to your broker.
Yeah.
So come along and say, right, this is what we've done, this is what we've costed, and this is what the exit route is, and then we can arrange that finance in the right time frame for you and get you the right deal, because there's so many lenders out there.
Yeah. Superb. Well, thank you very much, Nick. If you want to see Nick and learn more from Nick in person, you can see him at the Great Property Meet. It's on the third Monday of every month at the Dunchurch Park Hotel in Rugby. And I'll thank you again, Nick. That has been a brilliant overview of bridging finance, the advantages, the speed and the costs of it. So I'm Andrew Roberts from Property Investor Reward Club, and I look forward to welcoming you to the Great Property Meet very shortly.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.